Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, second video of the day, so I hope you are still doing well. Gleison Bremer 2029, this is what we will speak about in today's video. I'm super happy to share that news with you, because Gleison Bremer, we were not sure at 100% that he would remain at Juve. We were scared, we were fearing a bit that Gleison could leave. Gleison is out of the market. We'll speak about that, about the message of Gleison, about the message of Juve, that I think that could potentially be interpreted as a message to another player that didn't extend. This and then an update, fast one on Adeyemi, Sancho, Federico Chiesa, Roma, pay attention, but also Nico Gonzalez, acceleration, and of course, Koopmeiners turn, where we have some news. So put a maximum of like if you didn't yet. Yes, even if you did already this morning. Continue to subscribe and to tell me what you think about Gleison Bremer 2029. Or maybe we should send him a message. Let's write, if you are happy, Bremer 29 here in the comment section. Let's see how many Juve fans are writing it. Are you happy? Are you ready? Because now we're starting without any waiting. I give you the details of the deal. Gleison Bremer, one more year. It's a player that arrived 2 seasons ago with a contract in December 2023. He extended it until 2028, inserting a clause. And now he extended one more time. Looks like Gleison Bremer every 6 months is extending his contract. 2029 with this time, because that was not the case previously, this time slightly salary increase going towards all included, so all bonuses included. If he reached them, he can go towards a 6.5 million euro net. Without the bonus, probably it's something like, I don't know, 5.8, 6 million euro. I don't know the details, has not been reported by Juve, but all included could potentially go towards a 6.5. I hope he reached them, because it means that we, Juventus, are doing extremely well in the season. Maybe, I don't know, winning the Scudetto, going in the semi-final of Champions League, I don't know. But the most important thing, more than the salary, what is important to us, is that there was that annoying clause, something that at Juventus we don't do that much. The first ever player having a clause at Juve was Matthijs de Ligt, and then there was Gleison Bremer. There was a special clause from next year, not this year, from next year, activated in 2025, around 60 million euro. What is a clause? If a club, whatever club, comes with 60 million euro, Juventus is obliged to sell the player. Then it's the player, of course, that can decide, yes, I want to join, or I don't want to join, I prefer to stay at Juve. That's an important one. Now, you are not obliged to wait for the clause to be active. A club can go today with 50 million if Juve is agreeing, and if the players as well, he can leave. And that's why some Juventini were a bit worried these days, because we heard again these voices of Manchester United, of Liverpool, that could potentially anticipate that clause. Well, extending the contract of Gleison Bremer is a fantastic, beautiful, strong message from the club, but also from the player to say Gleison is going nowhere. Gleison remains in Torino. Gleison remains at Juventus Football Club. So goodbye to all the rumors. We can know, and we can now be sure that Gleison will wear the number 3 for season 24-25. What will happen in the future? Nobody knows, because in football everything can happen. We are speaking about the player that last season was the player that played the most minutes, the most games in Serie A, 36 out of 38 games, 3 goals scored, 3,234 minutes in Coppa Italia, 4 more games with a total of 360 minutes. A player that when he played the entirety of the games, of every game. I think that he went out of the game only one time. So we are speaking about the most consistent player of last season. In total, in the 2 seasons with Juve, 83 games, 8 goals and 1 assist. Now, the messages, the subtle messages. Bremer on his Instagram, because it's not the first time actually. He started, you remember, a few days ago to post again these vintage Juve shirts on him that are spectacular and fantastic, and showing also the love to Juve. Remember, there were these articles that were badly translated when he was in Brazil or in USA with the Brazilian national team, that people started to freak out. He will leave. He said that he's not sure, that he will think about it, and a few days later, he rectified it also, posting these beautiful vintage Juve shirts on him. Well, now he said, I am very happy that I have reached an agreement with Juve. Standard, basic, let's say. But he continues with, I strongly wanted the renewal because I believe in this project and I want to continue to do my best for these colors. Forza Juve, Andiamo avanti insieme. We continue forward together. Look, in these words, what did I underline? I strongly wanted to renew, and I believe in that project. Guys, I always told you, for whatever player, you are not obliged to stay at Juve. Nobody is obliged to stay at Juve. You are not happy? There is the door. For every single player, mediocre player, fenomeno, loyal player, iconic player, it's always the same. When a love story ends, ciao, arrivederci. You need to believe in what you do. But it's like this in every single topic. It's like this in life. It's like this in your professional life. It's like this everywhere. You need to believe in what you do. You need to believe it. Otherwise, it makes totally no sense. I want players that want to believe. And I really love it. Really do love the words. And then the Juve message that probably is even stronger. And that's a message probably that we are sending to a player that didn't renew. Juventus wrote, it comes at a lot. I took the most important part. It comes as a good news for the club, but also for Gleison, who is more than deserving of his new deal. He deserves it. Meritocracy. He deserves that renewal. Is someone else not deserving it? Is that what we are reading here? But then, second part, none of this, the stats, etc. they are mentioning, would be possible without his undeniable talent, which he shows every time he sets foot on the pitch, but his work ethic and commitment are just as important, always putting himself at the disposal of the team and coaching staff every single day. Guys, here, I understood it like that, but here I see a real message to the fans. Who wants to understand? There it is. Who wants to know? Here it is written. Always putting himself at disposal. I believe this morning I made a video where I told you the words of Thiago Motta about Locatelli. Extremely available player. Always at disposal. And it's already the second player. And now we hear about the renewal of someone that is thinking about the team, that is putting the team in front of everyone. I loved personally these words. I told you I was extremely happy to see a cabal joining when I was watching these sparkling eyes of saying, Mamma mia, where am I? I'm so happy. A Thuram that couldn't believe where he was. He wanted to show every single day he's living the dream from a kid that celebrated some Scudetti from his father, and he wants to live his own dream. He wants to write his own story in bianconero. People, they need to understand where they are. Juventus is a huge, big club. I know that lately, in the last few seasons, not always we were able to put that name there on the map, and not always has been respected as our history is requesting. But that's what we are doing here with the beautiful message of Gleison Bremer. I really strongly want that renewal. I believe in that project. Beautiful words. Now, what do we want? What do we expect more from Gleison Bremer? I tell you, 3 points, not more. I want the same levels of performances of the first 2 seasons, but this time in a 4-man defense. This is a must. For me, as a Juventus fan, but also for him. Because Gleison Bremer started to have some attraction from abroad, but I want him to be renowned internationally as a top defender. And I want him also to be a pioneer in a 4-man defense of Brazil, because they need him. They don't know, but they need him. But he needs to make that step. He needs to take away all the doubts that we have about 3-man, 4-man defense. One. Second thing, I want him to be more comfortable when carrying the ball. I'm not asking that he's the first one to do it. I'm not asking that he will systematically do it. But I want him to be more comfortable with carrying the ball, because it's a skill that in 2024 we are requesting from defenders. And then the third point, probably one thing that I really want, I want him to become more vocal. I want to see with my eyes that he's growing in that leadership, because at the moment probably he's a bit too introvert. I believe sincerely that at the moment in our team, if I make a podium, I think that Danilo remains captain number 1, that Locatelli is the vice captain, and then I think that Gleison can reach that podium. but he needs to be more vocal. I want him to be more leader, and this time with someone next to him that will not be Danilo. Danilo will be on the right side, there is a right back, but maybe a Todibo, maybe a Cabal. I'm expecting that growth. So that's what I'm expecting and hoping that Gleison Bremer can show us in 24-25. A few, not a lot, but a few news, starting with the shirts, because this morning I start to see things, guys, totally crazy. I don't know. People are following 24/7 Juve every time they are reporting, and I don't know, when sometimes they spread information that they are not double checking. This, but everywhere, also Corriere dello Sport, we are speaking about huge, big journalists, they are coming with Juventus. They took away from their site the number 7 of Chiesa. Not only Chiesa, but they also took away McKennie, they took away Kostic, they took away Milik, No, Juventus didn't take away any of these players. It's just that when we launched the first shirt, there were no players. A few days later, when the players were called up for Herzogenaurach, for Germany, the players that were called up, they had their name there. The only one that they removed is Solé, because we sold him to Roma. Then with that second friendly, the players that were called up, that were not there the first week, they have been added. Douglas Luiz with the 26, Kenan Yildiz with the number 15, Bremer and Danilo. That's it. Nicolosi is still there, because he was there the first week. Nicolosi that is on the market is still there, for example. Muharemovic that was not called up is still there. And that's why we never saw at today Chiesa, McKennie, Kostic, Milik, etc., Szczesny, whatever you want. That's the reality. So pay attention to what you read. They didn't take them away. It's just that they didn't add them yet. Will they be added? That's the big question. Small update, brief update. Adeyemi, what did he say today? He came out saying, I am extremely happy at Dortmund. My project, my vision never changed. I'm extremely happy there. We can say, as we said this morning, Adeyemi to Juve. Yes, it was a beautiful dream. According to, the name, but also the player. I believe in the player could do very well at Juve. The requests from Dortmund are way too high, and even if you had a kind of agreement, interest with the player, Juventus will not go all in, and it's a pity, but it is what it is. Then, another player, Sancho. At the moment, it's over. Fabrizio Romano also confirmed today, Juventus is no longer trying to sign Jadon Sancho, but he might still move to another team. And then we have, so already 2 big names from these offensive wingers that are gone. And then you have today, again, a relaunch of rumors. I don't know if it's true or not, but a relaunch of rumors about Roma that would go back on Federico Chiesa. They want to form a Chiesa, Dybala, Solé behind Dovbyk. That on paper would be really strong, really beautiful. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if they will come back with an 80-90 million euro offer. I don't know about these kind of things. I hope it's not true. I would be extremely pissed off if this happened. Not because I'm scared, because they are strong and whatever. Maybe they will be strong, but that's a competition that we have to face. That will not be the point why I will be pissed off. I would be pissed off because in first instance, 3 weeks ago, he totally refused to go to Roma. He didn't want to. And that's the moment where we were extremely strong on Sancho. Sancho was not even at that moment reintegrated in the team of Ten Hag. There were no voices of Paris Saint-Germain at that moment. Juventus could have gone. If Chiesa would have gone to Roma, we would have gone immediately to Sancho. And then chill. With more time, we could have sold Solé for more money. So if Chiesa go to Roma, I would be pissed off. I would be really pissed off. That's what I wanted to tell you about that. Nico Gonzalez, well, apparently that injury of Scamacca could possibly change the plans of Atalanta, that will retract and not anymore going for Nico Gonzalez, but they want to take the money that they parked for a real striker. So the way is open for Nico Gonzalez to Juventus. The only thing is that Fiorentina, they do not want to speak about swaps of players, counterparts, etc., etc. Weston McKennie, yes, interesting for them, but absolutely not at the salary that he's asking, because from a 2.5 million euro salary from Juve, he wants, at least reported by Bedula, a 4 million euro net, which is totally crazy. Totally crazy. Incredible. Let's see what will happen, but Nico Gonzalez, more and more chances to be the offensive winger. Then I would have preferred a Sancho, I told you. Then I would prefer Adeyemi. If we need to go to Nico Gonzalez, it's not a bad player, but according to me, not at the level of the two other ones. So let's see. And then the big update on Koopmeiners. Juventus, they want to go with a raised offer as we speak. Could already have happened before I recorded the video. A higher offer, because they want to avoid something. They want to avoid that he stays there too long, that he participates to the European Super Cup, that is on the 14th, and then the travel, the 15th, to have him only on the 16th. That will be, or 17th. Medical test, the time that he starts to train, the weekend, etc., etc. So we are speaking about after Como. That's something that Juventus really want to avoid. Or maybe Giuntoli watched the video where I said, if you pay the money and if they accept, I want it immediately. I want that you take him back. Maybe that's happening with Koopmeiners. So let's see. Who knows? Koopmeiners immediately this week at Juve could be really great, so that we stop speaking about him and we can focus on offensive wingers. That was it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a maxi update. Important one about Gleison. And then, grazie, forza, Juve. Ciao.